All right, good morning. Welcome back to A Trucking Journey. Well, after my truck wouldn't start last night, I figured I would come over here in the daytime and give it another shot, see what happens. Not very hopeful, but I have to try it again. Let's see here. After doing a lot of thinking all night long about what my options are, well, let's just see if the truck starts before I go into all that. Absolutely nothing. No clicking, no trying to start. Just dead silence. The voltage is fine. I tried to jump it last night. Obviously it was running fine when I parked it. Was it Monday night? Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night. When I turn the key, absolutely nothing happens. Well, my business is over. I'm done. I'm out of business. It was always going to be an uphill battle because OTR Leasing lied to me for over 3 months, and basically they were taking deposits on trucks that they did not have in their possession. They were trucks that I guess they had a contract to buy, but they hadn't actually bought them and got them from the buyer. But they were still taking deposits on them like they had them sitting on their lot. And I was told, put your money down, in 10 to 14 days you can come pick up your truck. So 10 to 14 days goes by. I'm like, hey, when can I come pick up my truck? And OTR Leasing is like, well, we're still going through them. We want to make sure everything's okay. You know, we're going to send them through the inspection, change the oil, blah, blah, blah. Should be available to be picked up next week. So I'm like, all right. Call back next week. Get told another lie about how, you know, they got a lot of trucks that they're trying to service and it's just going to take a little bit of time and it should be available to be picked up next week. And those lies continued. They keep going on and on and on until finally, I don't know, like a month and a half, 2 months after I thought I would be able to pick up my truck, I finally get told the truth that they don't have the trucks at their lot. That the guy, the agent who they bought the trucks through, was trying to hold on to them because at that time in the pandemic, the price of used trucks was skyrocketing, and he was going to try to back out of the contract or get them to back out of the contract so he could sell the trucks for more money to somebody else. So basically I got caught up in that whole mess from a shady truck broker and a shady truck dealer and their shady dealings back and forth. And it was over 3.5 months until I got my truck, and being lied to every week about, oh yeah, we'll have your truck ready to go next week. Oh, we'll have your truck ready to go next week, I promise. I'm so sorry, your truck's not ready this week. Meanwhile, I had figured out a budget and had money set aside for when I got my truck to take care of everything that you need to take care of when you get a truck. You know, your IRP plates, your IFTA sticker, all your fees and taxes and all that stuff, plus have, you know, thousands of dollars saved up in case something were to happen. I had a 6-month warranty on the truck, so I wasn't really worried about major issues because they would be covered by a warranty. But, you know, little things that could happen. I had the money saved up. Obviously, I didn't have enough or an ideal amount that you would want to have, but due to the situation, kind of had to take a chance and just do it. If OTR Leasing wouldn't have been lying to me the whole time, and if I could have got my truck in 10 to 14 days like they promised, none of this would have been a problem. Because by them lying to me and not giving me my truck for over 3 months, I had bills to pay that whole time. I had rent, I had my pickup truck, I had my insurance, you know, utilities, cell phone. That ate into the money that I had set aside to take care of everything that I needed to take care of. And then when I finally got my truck in December, you know, Christmas time, the freight goes in the toilet. You're not going to make any money at the end of December. January, February is usually pretty slow, so you're not going to make a whole lot. But I was able to get on the road and start making some money. And in the springtime, it picked up like it should, like it normally does. But by then, my temporary tag had expired, and I didn't have money to get my regular plate, so I couldn't leave the state of Florida. I couldn't even go anywhere I wanted within the state of Florida because I had to avoid way stations. And yeah, there's a lot of places you can go and avoid the way stations, but like if you want to go out into the Panhandle, there's no way around the way stations. You're going to have to go through a way station to go anywhere out in the Panhandle. So my options were really limited as far as to what loads I could do, where I can go. So that really limited the amount of money that I could make, because Florida does not pay very well for trucking. If you want to make any money, you got to go out of state. But I couldn't. So, but in the springtime, the loads were decent. They weren't enough to, you know, make a lot of money to where you can save up a couple of $1,000s right away to get your license plate. You know, that would take some time, but it was doable. But then at the end of May, everything just cratered. There were no loads. The loads that were there were not paying barely enough to just barely put a few dollars in your pocket. Not enough that you're going to be able to save a couple $1,000s. And so from the end of May until now, well, until the past couple of weeks. The past couple of weeks have been pretty decent. Not as good as it was during the spring, but compared to what it's been all summer long, I'm thinking, okay, you know, it's picking up. I got plenty of choices on loads, and they're paying a little bit more than they were paying, so, you know, through the fall, this is going to pick up. The load volume picks up, the rates pick up. Okay, I might be able to pull this out, might be able to do this. But, and I even said in a lot of my videos, it feels like I'm just kind of putting off the inevitable, and if, you know, anything goes wrong with the truck, that's it, I'm done. Because I wasn't able to put any money aside for my truck breaking down. I've just been struggling to survive, and not even doing that. I mean, I've still got bills that I haven't paid that I'm behind on. So here we are. The truck won't start. I have no money. I mean, the money I have right now in the bank, I can either pay my truck insurance, or I could pay to get my truck fixed, and then not even knowing right now how much money it would take to get my truck fixed, but it's not going to be cheap. But if I pay my truck insurance, then I won't have any money at all to fix the truck. So, but if I use that money to fix the truck and I don't pay my truck insurance, can't do that either. So, I mean, it's not like you can like make a choice. Okay, the insurance has to be paid if I'm going to keep driving the truck, because the insurance company will notify OTR Leasing that my insurance is canceled, and they'll come repo the truck. Plus, I'm pretty sure that they report that to the FMCSA, and they would suspend my DOT number, and I wouldn't be able to book a load anyway. So it's like, yeah, I could pay my truck insurance, but then I'm sitting here with a truck that doesn't run, or use that money to fix the truck, and then I can't drive it because I don't have insurance, and they come repo it, and I just wasted all that money to fix the truck. So really my only option is not pay the truck insurance, shut my business down, and try to figure out what I'm going to do now, because the past few months have just been a struggle to survive. The price of diesel keeps going up. The freight rates kept going down to where they met at a point where it was no longer really profitable. I mean, barely profitable. Definitely not enough to where you could save up money to put aside for truck repairs or fees, registration, all that good stuff. So it's basically just been a nightmare. Right now, the supply chain is so screwed up, and the price of diesel is so high. Given my situation of not being able to leave the state, it was impossible. That's why I've said a few times in these videos, I feel like I'm just really pushing away. It's inevitable what's going to happen. But today, that's it. My business is over, and I'm really tired of struggling to survive, and I have no hope. So this could be the last video ever. So thanks for watching.